Hello and welcome to another vlog with me, Ruby from dottydelightful.com, and this one is all about Yule, celebrating Yule and decorating the house ready for that slow time where we go inwards. Now, I have decorated, you'll see me doing a little bit of decoration in the video to come, but to be honest, it's not actually that noticeable because my house all year round is pretty much full of everything. And I did think maybe I should put lots of things away and make it more green everywhere. And then I looked around and I thought, oh, do you know what? I can't do that. I can't be bothered doing that. This year I'm using this willow twisted wreath base that my friend's husband made me last year, and I've kept it. And as you saw, that I cut some ivy off the back wall of our yard. Ivy's really great using in wreaths because it's bendy and you can get really long strands. So I've speeded up the video, otherwise you'd be sat here for ages watching. So I don't actually work this fast in real life. So I'm seeing which way that the ivy would naturally bend, and it naturally bends in different ways, and if you work with it like that, it makes it much easier. I'm securing it and wrapping it round and tucking it in and out of the willow because it's going to go on the front door, and it does get quite windy on our street as well. This does take quite a while. Now, just to note, if you have not been touching ivy before, do make sure that you're not allergic to it, because some people are allergic to ivy and it can make you very itchy.
so just check. I have used ivy loads of times, so I don't have to wear gloves or anything. I know that it's not itchy for me, but that is a problem for some people. So every time I pop a piece of ivy in, just make sure it's secured within there. And you can see I'm not using any ties or anything until I start adding this big piece. Now this big piece was a lovely shape, and I didn't want to tuck all of that in because I thought it was quite nice as it was. So I'm going to use some cotton just to tie that on to make it more secure. It's been really tricky this year to find any berries on the trees, and the ones that were there were few and far between, and I wanted to leave them for the birds. So I've actually ended up using these berries that I had last year for the mantelpiece. And these are quite nice because they're on this wire which is wrapped in paper, and you can bend them really easily into the wreath. Normally I would collect berries from nature and use them, so it's all natural materials as I was mentioning before, but sadly I couldn't get hold of any. I'm also adding some cinnamon stick bundle to the wreath, and you could add anything that you wanted, mistletoe, holly, anything at all. These are just things that I had already, and I'm going to add a ribbon to hang it up with. And make sure your ribbon's nice and long enough so it can fit on your front door. I realised that because I've got a big glass pane in my front door, there was actually nowhere very good to hang it, so I've had to nail it on top near the numbers. But it's really sweet and it looks really nice, and I'm pleased with the end result.
We don't have a tree. I have a branchy kind of tree that plugs in, that lights up, and I did look about and think, where can I put the tree? So we actually have got a tree, but there doesn't seem to be very many places to actually put it. I've not fully decided on that yet, whether I should make room somewhere for it, as I normally do, but this year it's going to be very different. Normally my children come over. I say children, they're all grown up. They normally come over for Christmas Day, and this year we've decided that we are doing it on our own, and they're all having their own Christmases with their partners as well. So it doesn't feel like I need to do that extra effort, not necessarily effort, but the extra dressing of the room and making everything really Christmassy. Yes, so it doesn't feel like I need to make that extra effort if we have a tree or not. And I'm actually looking forward to just some really nice food, some really nice downtime with Tom, watching movies. We're going to my friend Lucy's for solstice, so I'm really looking forward to that. And it's just going to be gentle. I'm actually switching off my Etsy shop for the whole of the Christmas period, starting from tonight. I was going to switch it off last night, and I decided, well, I'll just leave it on for today because I've got to go to the dentist in the morning. I thought if there's any last minute orders, I can post them out in the morning. And I'm glad that I left it on because I got a really lovely order today, so thank you. And I'm really looking forward to switching off all my business things and settling down. Now, I do have a stack of books that I am going to read over the Christmas period, and somebody asked in one of my videos what they are. they're all a bit of nonsense. That's what they are. So we've got the Tanglewood Bookshop by Lilac Mills. Will there be a fairy tale ending this Christmas? We don't know. The Christmas Bookshop by Sarah Morgan. Oh, sorry, the Christmas Book Club by Sarah Morgan. Christmas Nights at the Star and Lantern by Helen Rolfe. And Christmas at the Borrow a Bookshop by Kylie Dunbar. There's a theme here, isn't there? A real strong theme. Now, when I say they're a bit of nonsense, I don't mean the books are nonsense, because somebody's taken the time to write the books and I'm sure they're going to be really good stories. What I mean is, it's not heavy learning like a lot of the books that I read. So it's just something to soothe my brain, to go into a nice story, to read about somebody else's life for a little bit. So that's what I mean by nonsense. So no offence to the authors of the books or the value of the books either, because stories like this can be just as valuable as books where you're learning things. So I'm really looking forward to reading those. We've got a jigsaw that we're going to do as well over the Christmas period, and we're going to go to some friends' houses and to Tom's family. It's going to be a really nice, relaxing time. I think it's needed, really needed. I think this year's been an interesting year for a lot of us. I'm not going to go into reflections in this video, but I do feel like it's okay to take this time in the middle of winter when it's all dark, when Mother Nature has pulled a duvet of snow. We haven't got any snow, but let's imagine. Pulled a duvet of snow over the earth, and it's time for resting and going within and just slowing down. If you look out at nature, how it goes dark really early, and we're meant to be forcing ourselves to keep doing things. It's not right. We need to really live within the seasons and within the cycles, and to honour ourselves at this time. And I know it's very difficult when you've got little children. Thankfully, all mine are grown up and I do have this time now. But you know, when my children were small, I also had that rushing around and getting things done. And it's with hindsight and wisdom of what you've done in the past to what you do now, how you can see that, how you can see it playing out. So for me, it is this time of resting, relaxing, really honouring ourselves. And now, I've also got some really exciting news, and I want to say a massive thank you to anybody that watches this channel, anybody that's commented, anybody that's subscribed. A real heartfelt thank you to you, because today I got notified off YouTube that I am now an official partner of YouTube, which means I can be monetized, which means that for the videos that I make, I earn a little bit of money for them if people watch them. And that obviously the channel's purpose isn't about money. It isn't. It's about connecting with you wonderful beings all around the world. It's about sharing how I live. It's about sharing what I think, what I do. It's trying to inspire you to be authentically you and show up authentically, whatever that means for you. But to know that so many of you have subscribed and so many of you have watched my videos, honestly, means the world to me. It really does. And to be compensated in some way, it's just wonderful. It's just lovely. And I would have carried on making videos anyway, whether or not I'd have been accepted to be partnered with YouTube for being monetized. But it just is another little income stream, and as a self-employed person, that's really important to have lots of different income streams. So thank you. Honestly, I touched my microphone. Honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It does mean a lot to me. So let's get into the video. It's not a long video this time. It's a shorter video because I know that you're all very busy around this time.
This is the Celebrate Yule zine that I made. I've only got about 3 copies left, I think, now. And my Etsy shop is actually on holiday mode until the 28th of December. But I just wanted to show you it. It's chocked full of information about Yule. And if you want to read any of it, you can just pause this video and you'll be able to read the pages. I hope you all have a lovely Yule, whatever you're doing, if you celebrate it. I'd love to know what you do, so pop some comments in and tell me what you do. I'm off to my friend Lucy's house for Yule and we're going to celebrate all together, which will be lovely.
I'm going to read you a passage out of my Celebrate Yule zine that I made. It's called the Yule Prayer. Glorious sun, radiant and bright, in this sacred season, welcome to our sight. As the longest night holds the world in embrace, we gather to celebrate your returning grace. In the quiet hush of the winter's eve, we'll feel your presence and our hearts believe. From the depths of darkness, a promise is spun, a sacred dance of the returning sun. As the wheel turns and the seasons entwine, we stand at the threshold of the divine. O mighty Sun, hear our humble pleas, fill our hearts with light, set our spirits free. In the crackle of the Yule log's flame, we honour the old and invoke your name. The Yule tree adorned with symbols so bright, a tapestry of hope on this solstice night. Blessings upon this sacred space we weave, a dance of shadow, a moment to believe. Guide us through the darkness, O ancient sun, as the Yule fires blaze, our rebirth has begun. With gratitude we welcome your returning glow, a beacon of hope in the winter's waning snow. Renew our spirits, O sun so grand, as we celebrate the turning of the land. As the Yule log burns and the candles gleam, may your radiant warmth be in every dream. In this sacred circle, where darkness and light align, we offer this prayer to the Yule divine. Blessed be to the sun in its returning flight. Blessed be the Yule, this enchanted night. As we revel in your celestial art, may the returning light fill every heart. Just wanted to share that with you. And if you don't know about Yule, Yule is known as the winter solstice, so it falls roughly on the 21st of December. It's a magical and ancient holiday which is celebrated during the darkest and the coldest time of the year. And the idea is that the sun, after the 21st, the sun and the light starts to return very, very slowly, but it's starting to come back, and we celebrate this in many ways. Yule is considered a festival of light, so if you want to celebrate in an easy way, light lots of candles, safely of course. If you can, burn a Yule log. Sadly our fire doesn't work, and that's why we're going to our friends to burn the Yule log, which is really exciting. And bring in that light, hang up the fairy lights, make it a beautiful light space for you in this time of the dark. Fill your home with evergreens, so holly, mistletoe, things like that. They symbolise the renew and the rebirth. Some evergreens, like holly, promote protection. So if you hang up some holly in your home, it keeps your home nice and safe over the winter. Mistletoe is linked to fertility, which is why the thing about kissing under the mistletoe is so popular. And I wish you all the best for the Yule, and I wish you a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, and I hope that you have joy and peace and love. And I know this is a difficult time for some people that are on their own. Maybe you've lost a loved one, maybe you're lonely. I remember that well when I was a single parent, and Christmas was a horrible time. I didn't like it at all. So I'm not downplaying it in any way, shape or form. But even if you are on your own, I hope that you can do something for you, that you can maybe go on a nature walk, or have a nice bath, or write a little story to yourself, or just do something that's for you, that's special for you, whatever that is. And also, if you do feel lonely, please reach out to loved ones or friends or somebody online even. It doesn't have to be somebody you know. And if you feel even worse and you don't know where to turn, please reach out to somebody that can help you. Don't feel like this is it. This is, you're on your own completely, because you're not. I guarantee somebody in the world thinks about you a lot. Somebody in the world loves you. You are not on your own. So please don't feel like that. So with that in mind, I am sending you all lots of love. A big Yule Christmassy hug from our house to yours. And I will see you very soon.